Hi folks, this is Brian with another video from Windy City Cigars. In today's adventure we're going to discuss common roll-your-own tobacco mistakes. Now for those who are just thinking about getting into this, rolling your own cigarettes can wind up saving you one immense amount of money, especially from what I've heard. There's some charging for some cigarettes on either the east or the west coast. They're absolutely unbelievable. So rolling your own, you have to invest a little bit of time, but you can save yourself a substantial amount of money for the same amount of smoking. Now, like most activities, no one is born with this information, so you have to learn it on the street or from a video somewhere. One of the primary mistakes that people new to the Roll Your Own franchise will do is they won't store the tobacco properly. Now, if tobacco is not stored properly, it will dry out, which means it loses its aroma, it loses its flavor, and it burns very, very quickly. You'll get, your cigarettes will just go away in a flash. One way to tell if your cigarette is too dry is if you've got a bag of tobacco, is simply squeeze it. If it sounds like you're squeezing a bag of potato chips, it's too dry. Okay? There are ways to store your tobacco where it will not dry out. One is to use a mason jar, which everyone's familiar with. Another way is sometimes tobacco comes in its own tins. Store them in the tins. And then some people will duplicate that or double that up with the ubiquitous Ziploc baggie. Now, my recommendation would be, if you're going to use a Ziploc baggie for tobacco, don't use a sandwich bag, use a freezer bag. The plastic's a little thicker and it'll hold up better. For those looking to get some more information on storing tobacco, we do have several videos out where we discuss this in greater detail. Now, another mistake that some of the new people to the Roll Your Own area will make is they'll buy cheap cigarette tubes, cheap being lower quality. You never want to buy lower quality tubes. It's important because the lower quality tubes can break when you try to fill them up. They burn a lot faster, and if they break, you're going through a lot of tubes and a lot of money for absolutely nothing at all. Also, the lower quality tubes are very thin paper. It gives you a faster burn as opposed to a nice slow burn from a regular cigarette. Excuse me. Our recommendation would be that you use a quality tube like Cashmere or some of the other lines that we offer on our website. Those are good quality paper tubes, and those will give you a nice satisfactory burn. Instead of lower quality tubes, we recommend something along the lines of the Cashmere line or some of the other lines that we offer. These are very good quality tubes. They won't mush down or break when you try to load them on a machine. Another common error that a lot of people make when they're just getting into the roll your own business or roll your own area is not doing your research before buying a machine. Now, not all machines are made the same, and it's important to understand your planned level of activity versus the kind of machine you want to get. For example, if you buy an inexpensive injector because it's cheap, first of all, they're very slow. Second of all, they may not last all that long, so you wind up buying more and more. It takes a lot of time to make some cigarettes with that. Now, if you prefer saving some money but still don't mind putting in a little elbow grease, you could get a manual machine. Those are faster, they're usually better made, they'll last you a lot longer. And for those who have a little bit more money and a little less time, you could buy an electric machine, which is even faster than the manuals and can produce a lot of cigarettes in a short period of time. Again, check out our webpage. We've got a number of different videos addressing this very topic. For those folks who do have machines, one of the common mistakes they make is they try to load too much tobacco into the loading chamber of the machine itself. You don't want to jam. The object is not to jam as much tobacco as you can into the loading chamber, because that could cause the machine to jam, and if it jams enough, you could wind up breaking it and having to send it back to the manufacturer for warranty. Start with small amounts of tobacco, and practice and experience will help you build your way up to what is good for you and what also works for the machine. Okay, now that you've decided to get into the roll your own arena, you've done your research on a machine, you've picked up a machine, you've gotten the proper cigarette tubes, and you've loaded a bunch of cigarettes, the last thing you want to make sure you get is a good, solid cigarette case. Cigarettes are delicate, they can get smashed in your pocket, etc. And some people will try to reuse their old cigarette packs, which last for a while. But even the hard packs after a while just start to crumble and fail. At that point you go to pull a cigarette out and you find it's all smushed and mixed. So get yourself a good hard plastic case to protect the cigarettes you spend so much time building. As usual, if you like this video, please be sure to hit the like button down at the bottom and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube page. Thank you very much.